guys, hope you don't mind me joining you with my pajama top on today. I'm just trying to get this shot real quick while Tyler's still around this morning watching Belle downstairs. And I just really wanted to give you my take on this little elf gift set called Cheeky Glow. Really small gift set. I believe this sells for around $5 or $6. And while I haven't found this on Elf's website, I believe it's the kind of thing that's being sold out in drugstores and just various actual brick and mortar retailers. But this little set consists of a trio. It's a face trio with a highlight, a blush, and a bronzer. And then you've got this Elf Professional blush brush that comes along with it. I really wanted to do this review because I have a totally split feeling on the two items in here. Really don't care for the brush, but absolutely love this little palette, and I really hope this kind of thing gets introduced into their line permanently, because especially quality-wise on each element of this palette, it works really well. First off though, my complaints on this brush, again, this is the Elf Professional blush brush. It's not one of the studio brushes. And as you can see, you know, some of the bristles are sort of poking out in all directions. The texture of this brush is much more coarse, definitely not as comfortable as you glide it across the skin, and just not as large. Here's my Elf Angled blush brush from the studio line, and this is very, very soft, dense. I just feel like it blends the color really well. I'm not saying you can't use this, and in my demo you will see me using this for every step of this palette, so it is possible, I just don't prefer it. One thing to keep in mind with this kit is that the bronzer is relatively light. It's going to be workable for light to medium skin tones, but much beyond that you might find it to be too light. But it is a matte bronzer in here. The blush is a really beautiful texture and color. For a powder, it has a very creamy feel. It has a peachy golden look on the skin. It's the kind of blush you could throw on and have enough glow to it to where you might not even want to put a highlight on with it. However, the highlight in this kit really does work well because it's not too shimmery. I love that they threw in kind of a satin finish highlight that's just totally wearable. It gives that little bit of glow to the skin, but nothing overdone. And by the way, on that blush, it does give me a very similar effect to what I get from the Balm's Hot Mama, which is also one of those blushes that appears, you know, peachy, but has a very golden glow on the cheeks. But just to show you how I applied this, again, I did use the brush provided just to show you that it can be used. It's just, you know, if you're really into brushes, you're going to notice that's not a very good quality brush. I went into the bronzer and I just applied some of that in the hollows of my cheeks. I also used it around my hairline, and I thought even for being such a light bronzer, it still gave my skin tone a little bit of added definition. And then for the blush, a little goes a long way actually with this blush shade. So I just kind of applied that on the outer part of the apples of my cheeks. And then I finished off the look with this great highlight. Like I said, it has a little bit of a soft pearly glow, but there's no sparkle in it. It's just a really great texture. So I'm really pleased with the finished look that this little palette gives my face. Totally like a diamond in the rough type of makeup product here, because you wouldn't expect it to maybe perform as well as it does. A lot of the limited edition holiday stuff, sometimes from drugstore brands, can be a little bit questionable, but I think this works really well. Just be prepared to maybe sub in your own favorite blush brush, whether that's an angled brush like the Elf Studio angled brush, or maybe the Up and Up blush brush, whatever you like. But definitely something to keep an eye out for in stores. And Elf, if anyone's listening, this would be an awesome product if you really introduce something like this, a little combo palette in these textures, you know, into your line, maybe with varying depths of the bronzer shade. That would be great. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this review was helpful, and I'll see you later. Bye.